this season to secure a spot in the chase. If you're going to do it, well, you're going to have to figure out a way to conquer the tricky triangle there. Camping World track description.
You're not going to do it in turn 4, Michael.
No, but we have 3 ends here, Phil. I think people kind of overlook that. Look at the length of these straightaways, how differing the corners are. And racers, you know, when we go to Charlotte, how you done in 1 and 2? How you in 3 and 4? Those are your challenges. Here, you add another challenge to that. You have 3 separate ends to this racetrack, and man, they're hard to handle.
Yeah, as right now the caution is out for some debris. You have an entrance, a middle, and an exit of a corner. And as Michael said, most of the ovals we go to, almost all the ovals, you see a spring rubber on the racetrack. You have 2 ends of the racetrack. So you have an entrance, a middle, and an exit. Well, you have that 3 times here. So it's at least, what, 50% harder, I would say.
30. I'm not good at math, but
We go from 2 to 3, so that would be a 30%.
Did you find this track to be more difficult to conquer as when you were racing?
Well, certainly challenging, and you know, you always talk about this racetrack being a compromise, but there have been times, and I know Michael has as well, where your car's good in every end of this racetrack. You wouldn't think it could be, but it's good, and all 3 of these corners are vastly different, but you can have a car that works in all 3 of them. That doesn't always happen, but occasionally, and it really makes it nice.
And I think that's the winning truck will have that tomorrow, because that's how competitive and how good these teams are. They're going to get that truck set up for every corner.
Well, one that certainly looks good so far is that 9 truck of William Byron, and let's get more on that team and its efforts with Caitlin.
Well, Vince, once again, we see William Byron coming to a track. He's never raced out in a truck and excelling. And I spoke with him earlier, and he told me he actually had an opportunity to talk with his team owner, Kyle Busch, at the race shop this week to get a little more insight about Pocono Raceway. But I asked him what he thinks one of the biggest challenges will be for him this weekend, and he was saying, really, it's pulling off a turn 3 and coming onto pit road. It's such a short distance. So they actually did a pit road stop at the end of that first run out, so that looks like a small area this 9 team is working on in this second practice session. Hermie?
Well, Caitlin, one of the teams that has made some improvements in this second practice session is Tyler Reddick. You see him in the 29 at the fuel pumps filling up with Sunoco fuel now. We saw him get out in the first practice, get behind his teammate, Daniel Hemrick, and that really helped him a little bit on the balance of this truck. Now, they didn't take a big swing at it like some of the other teams have done between first practice and second practice. They told me they made several small adjustments, a little bit of wedge, a little bit of track bar, and changed some other small things on this truck just to gain on it a little bit. And he has really much improved this second practice session. 3rd in this practice session. And remember, he finished 3rd here last year.
Yeah, certainly going to be one of the better trucks we would expect tomorrow. Hey, Hermie, by the way, you know, we had a little fun with you in that first practice when you were interviewing William Byron and Chris Bell, you know, how they're so young and you can add their ages together and still wouldn't quite get up to what Hermie's age is. And, you know, Hermie's a veteran. He's experienced.
Really wouldn't even get closer.
No.
Well, go ahead.
No. But your daughter, Haley's birthday is today, her 18th birthday, and we can't wait to see her and say happy birthday. I know she's here at the track with you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Vince. She comes with me to Pocono every year, and today just happened to fall her 18th birthday, so I'm in the doghouse with my wife, taking her on her birthday, but appreciate all the love and support from Fox Sports 1 and all of my family and friends and fans on Twitter that wished her happy birthday as well. So it's a special day. She's over at MRO watching right now, so happy birthday, Haley. And look, all I have to do when I worry about how old I am is think about Phil Parsons. I'll never catch him.
Oh, wow. Wow. What about Michael? Why are you
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Phil Parsons.
Did you
I'll
see?
never catch him.
Did you see how we had Hermie all the way down? We were talking about how old he was, and we just flipped it right around when we started talking about Haley. Put a big smile on his face.